Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, and this is the SuperCoach Pro. I am about to have a bake-off. So, Essendon and the Doggies. All right, tonight's game, we're going to get stuck into some players. I'm going to go full Bevo, and I'm going to lose my mind here. So, why is Sanders getting subbed? He's on 43 at like halftime. He's going 100% efficiency, and we all get Bevoed. Not only that. Let's have a look here. Bont and Pelly scores a 73. That was downscaled from a 77. I thought a 77 was bad. 73. Where do you lose 4 points for? I don't understand. I've never seen so many scores under 100. So I have never seen a game where it's been 108 as your top score. Insane. Now, I will deep dive into some of these things in a second, but if you don't mind, Zach Merritt, this is the number one target for your mids you need to get. He is dominating. And even in a quiet game, it's not even quiet, it still gets a 108. So, yeah, a lot of points to go around in these two teams. Makes sense. Redmond, don't even bother. Libba, 101. If you held him, that's okay because he played fantastic last week. Nick Martin, a lot of people bought him in this week, 100 for doing nothing. Just doesn't make sense to me. What is going on? Let's have a look at these scores and why they're getting these. So Zach Merritt had it 27 times for 108. That feels a bit low. He's more kick friendly than handball. Then we've got Nick Martin. He used it 25 times and still turned up. So for Nick Martin owners, that is a good sign that he doesn't need 35 to turn up. He only needs 25. So that is a good sign if you bought him in. Looks like he will be top 6 or thereabouts defender, obviously not midfield. And then we go through the list. There's not too much more relevant in the Essendon side, you wouldn't think. Now, Parrish, I wouldn't even look at 61. He's always got calf troubles, always got soft tissue injuries. Just not this year. I think you give him a miss. And then on the other side of that, you're not going to bring in Webber. He's probably too old to bring in. You started him, and that was it. McRae, Jackson McRae. Do we trust Bevo? Honestly, let's have a look at the players here. McRae, not the sub, not being subbed. It was Dale instead. The Sanders came off. But what will McRae be tempting everyone in his price would be like sub 400. I'd be interested. 450, I'm probably still not interested because I think he's going to be a sub. Now he's got a break even of 223. He hit 87, so it's much more. So he probably always about 50k, and then he's still got that 37 in his game for the which game would it be? The St Kilda game. So interesting. We have a look at McRae around round 8, round 9, and see if he's not being subbed or being the sub. So what do we do? Sam Darcy, well done for people that bought him in. I think he's pretty highly owned, and most people would have fielded him. So if you want to have a look at how many started him in this week's game, 88% did. 7,500 traded in, and yeah, that's weird that people would trade out. But he's in 43% of sides. It probably should have been about 70% of sides, to be honest. I don't know what the other 57% are doing. Merritt, I feel like, is definitely a pod. He's someone that you should probably be targeting. But do we go for a Dawson when these guys come, to 500k and then they start averaging 100? Do you want them as an M8 or do you just want to go for the big guns early on? And I'm more inclined to go big guns early on. 9% says a pod, so he's not going to hurt you if you don't have him too much anyway. He's in 1 in every 10 teams, and you're probably running Butters instead or something like that. What do we do? So Goldie obviously gave English a buff. That's the next story. Now, if you're an English owner and you went and you listen to most YouTubers like myself saying you'd rather get English over Marshall this week, I do apologise. No one would have seen that coming, honestly. He already had a break even of 154, and then he goes and scores owners at 58. So he's coming down in price heaps. He should be sub 500 in a few weeks. So this makes, more importantly, the Meek trade for me a definite. I haven't bailed out on the option. You know me. I do like to last minute sway somewhere else or yeah, I can be a bit of a Chris Scott when it comes to my trades, I must admit. But I just want to have a quick bake to people saying Sean Darcy was going to be back. Now, here's the first thing about Sean Darcy. Undergone an afterstroke on his left knee, right? This is what I do for every injury. I type in the injury and then recovery time, 6 weeks. So thank you very much for people thinking that Darcy would be back. When you're 110 kilos and like 7 foot tall, do you think you're coming back any sooner than 6 weeks? No, you're not. So well done for those who started Jackson. I'll pat myself on the back. But yeah, anyway, you're not going to flick him. You're just going to leave him as your F2 for the year with Heaney and Flanders F1 and F3 respectively, all in the same sort of order. It doesn't really matter. But it doesn't look like we're getting decent forwards from the midfield by the round 6 DPPs from what I can think of, unless Juan Francis gets some forward status, which could be interesting. Have a look this week, but I wouldn't be going on him now. Now, the rest of the game, nothing I really want to talk about. Bramble, if you held him, well done, because he had a bounce back game there. I think he dropped to 32 a week ago. Buku still making money, 64. It was 67, got scaled down somehow again. I don't know what for. And yeah, Sanders came off as a 44, so he got scaled up for breathing on the bench. 2 points for that. So you're not going to grab Bailey Dale either. You just don't trust Bevo. I don't even know if I trust Bevo to now, grabbing a player like English. Like, we saw he subbed out, who was it? Wibber a few weeks ago too. So this puts me off English, but it does put me to the conclusion of my team still bringing in Meek. Now, I know a lot of people done their research and saying Wits will be better than Meek, and Meek might get dropped the week after, but I don't care. I really don't, because Jackson will move to Livingston if I need to, and just so you guys can see the visual. That's my bailout option. If Meek gets dropped for a week and then takes Reeves' spot again, bang, he's straight in. I don't care. I'll leave him as R3 if I have to, and then I can loop my F6 with Livingston for the remainder of however many weeks it takes me to get rid of Meek. So anyway, that is that plan. I'm not going to bench Jackson. That would be really stupid, and I'd be having meltdown by Monday. So, yeah, what are we going to do? We've sold Caulfield too. So if I do undo my changes, that's a lock now. I've used another boost. Yep, 4th boost, sorry. And we've got rid of Clark instead of Wilson, because I just think Clark will be the sub. I'm taking a punt on that. I feel like Wilson's got better scoring capability. They're around the same price, and I've gone early on Graham. Now, I don't know if this is a good play, because we look at Graham. Where was Graham? Oh no, I'm getting a video call. I do not need a video call this time. We might look at Graham later, because my phone is going off tap. So I do apologise, and I'll leave this video here. Thanks. Cheers.